Nice.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Steve.
How's it going?
Nice ride you have.
I think so. Pretty good. You guys have done a great job. It's amazing to have this all running and put together today. And this is our first time driving it, actually.
Amazing. All right, get out of the vehicle. Let's check it out. Steve Fambro, everybody. Woo! wanna yeah.
Thank you for your work.
Want to join everyone here and then talk to the camera?
Sure. The car too. So what you saw us drive up in is our first full production or validation vehicle, Artemis, and it has all of the components that the production vehicle is going to have. The components for air conditioning. It's got full functioning solar. I think we're making like 430 watts right now, just parked right here. So this has got it, basically every system nut and bolt that we intend to have in production.
Very cool. All right, thank you everyone who can go back to work. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for all the work you've done.
Thanks for your work, honestly. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Steve, let's go check out the vehicle, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, it's looking pretty good.
See if I can get this right.
Nice.
All right. So we got a 2-stage release, so it doesn't swing up like into your ceiling or some other obstruction. So it'll open like a little bit, and then you help lift it the second half. So it's by design, the struts are like that.
Right.
You see we got the cargo hooks here for the netting. So that's an option that you can hook in to keep stuff.
Right.
We also have this big cargo lip, aluminum lip, anchored into the body to keep things from sliding forward or to latch things in.
Very cool.
You've got your standard sort of emergency release.
Yep.
So you can hop out if you're being abducted, I suppose. Yeah, I've been enjoying the fan blowing on me in there and watching it charge the solar. So it's pretty extraordinary. The team is working around the clock. You know, basically every piece of hardware and software on this, except the powertrain, is from our own design.
Right.
And the team has just been working around the clock to get all the latest revs and everything on the vehicle, and it's just extraordinary just to power it up and drive it out, and everything works.
It's very cool. Let's come out front for a minute. We can show how gorgeous it looks. It really looks amazing. So Steve, what is Aptera? Like, how'd you start it, and what do you think makes it important for the world we're in right now?
Chris and I started Aptera to make the world's most efficient EV. And when you make the world's most efficient EV, you can do things like have meaningful range increase from solar. So you see we've got solar panels on the hood, on the dash, on the roof, and on the back.
Yep.
And we can deliver up to 4 kilowatt hours a day in some locations to the vehicle. And that can be up to 40 miles per day in those locations. So for most people, whether it's 20 miles or 40 miles, it doesn't matter. They drive less than that anyway, and they won't have to plug it in. And that's the whole thing is about solar transportation is you can still use it like a regular EV. You can stop in a fast charger and charge it on a long trip, but most people won't have to plug it in the day-to-day. They'll just park it like this. They might optimize next to like a really reflective spot of their building, as we've been doing here, and maximize their solar, but they won't have to plug it in at all. Most people won't.
That's so cool. Yeah, Chris couldn't be here today, but he wanted to say hi to everybody. So
He's here with us in spirit.
He's here with us in spirit.
As evidenced by all of this stuff, as his fingerprints on it. So,
let's just check a beauty shot out of the vehicle. Looks really cool. I'm having different engineers talk about different parts of the vehicle they worked on today. So we're going to get a really kind of in-depth look on this vehicle and all the stuff that we've done to make it how it is now, which is really, really cool. So let's just peek inside, Steve. Why don't we check it out? I'll pop in the passenger side, or you pop in the passenger side. Sure. I'll pretend I'm driving it. So this is our own DCU, so display infotainment unit, and
we've got a lot of car companies or electric vehicle companies. The controls are done through their central computer, but we've got some backup. So we have what they usually call the Prindle, but we don't have that. We call it the PRND. We have one here on the screen. And then we have a set of buttons actually behind it, beneath, that you may have seen in some of the other vehicles. So you've got a physical backup for the screen to drive the vehicle if there's ever something to happen with it.
Right.
We've got our production glass solar on the dash. We've got our production glass roof on the top.
Yep.
So those are made from production dies, and it's really, I mean, just look how beautiful it fits. You know, it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. And yeah, we got the full vision system here. Something really great too is, you know, you can change the different brightness of each of the displays as well. So I'll turn up the side display a little bit so you can see it a little better on camera. But I mean, yeah, this is a fully, you know, working infotainment system. So we got fan.
Yep.
Pretty awesome. And you can roll up and down the windows just like this. So I mean, it's pretty amazing. Your dome lights,
map
everything.
Lights. And they say map lights. Nobody uses a map anymore. Dome light, I guess. But you can see right now we're
getting
413 watts. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Not bad at all.
No, not bad.
We could probably find better spots around the building and orient it in the right way and pick that up a little bit. Got some nice storage
right
here.
Yep.
And also nice arm storage, which you can have at CES. So it's nice to actually have something like that that's useful. You got the cargo lip here to keep cargo from sliding into you. The metal lip that's made bolted into the body right there.
Right. This is awesome.
Nice fit and finish, headliner. I mean, everything looks great. Team has done a fantastic job.
Yeah, so it's really what's behind, you know, the hood that made this such an amazing moment for everybody. So without further ado, I guess I'll hand it off to the next engineer, but it's really good to see you, Steve, and we'll see you at the end. We'll chat a little bit more at the end.
Thanks.
Thanks, Steve. All righty. Who's the first volunteer? Yeah.
All right. Going over here.
All right, Blake. I think this is the first time you've seen it, right?
This is the first time
Like,
I've seen it.
all buttoned up?
Functioning. It's incredible. It's you know, there's so much work that went into this. There's so many people, so many partnerships. This is you know, Chris and Steve always had such a vision for this, and this is years of execution to get to the point, and now to have a physical representation of that vision is just it's words can't describe.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing the finances.
I just think about all the people and the partners. I think we're going to talk to some of the engineers, so they'll go through, you know, their different systems and introduce themselves. But behind them is this small army of people that helps us out. You know, we have vendors and consultants. We have the CC grant people. You know, Jonathan Bobadilla and his whole team over there.
Yep.
That grant has been crucial for us over the last couple months and the next couple quarters with the equipment we're going to purchase. Also, the California Treasury Office, so Fiona Ma and that group. Equipment purchases we're going to get, every dollar we save on the sales taxes through that incentive program has been huge. So the state of California has just been great in supporting us to get to this point. And we push our vendors and outside consultants hard. They work for us on discounted rates, on tight deadlines.
Yeah.
So just a thank you to all of them and anybody else that's watching. And then finally, just the investors. You know, we don't get here without you guys, so it means a lot to us. I hope you feel proud as we do today accomplishing this. So
yeah,
congrats to you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. See if I can recenter the camera if I'm not crazy. Forget how to do it. That's okay. All right, who's next? Oh, it's Tim. We haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, Tim?
I'm doing well. How are you, Chris?
Good. Let's hop over to the other side so the vehicle's in the back. Well, Tim is our head of battery. Is that what you'd call yourself?
Yes, sir.
Well, how are things going?
Oh,
I feel like I'm Aptera Owners Club right now.
Yeah, it's been going well. We've been working with our suppliers, CT&S, and we've built a bunch of production intent battery modules, which we've used for this. We've got our production tooling for the battery frame extrusions, and the battery frames all underway. It's not perfected yet, but we've got production intent battery frames now, and processes are going along well, so we're making great strides.
That's so cool. Yeah, we've come a long way since CES, huh?
Oh, certainly, yes. It's amazing to see how well something like this comes together, just with the little incremental improvements we make from iteration to iteration.
Right. Anything you want to say to the fans? There's a lot of people who like you. They think you're the best Tim.
Well, they haven't really met me then, have they? No, that's great. I'm glad you all are so supportive. It's great to be part of this team. It's great to have so many excited fans behind us. It's a good source of motivation for us all.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Tim.
Well, thank you.
I'll do a handshake. All right, who's next? Is Reed next? Awesome, Reed. All right, you're head of solar, right, Reed?
Yes.
Well, how's it going? How have things been?
It's going really well. So we've got our, fully outfitted vehicle here. We got our glass roof finally.
So let's check it out. Hang on, let's pause. Let's check that out.
Let's take a look at it.
So this is glass, right?
This is glass.
This is glass.
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 So the only one left is the hatch, but that's coming in the next few weeks. Full glass, full lamination.
Wow.
Our high impact, lightweight glass. 700 watts of solar on this. I think most people here know that.
Right.
We've been seeing really good results. We've been improving our lamination process a lot. We've been improving our production methods a lot. We found out a lot of new ways to get more power out of these panels than we initially anticipated. I'll wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been collecting a ton of solar data that we want to share at some point in the future. Yeah, it's been going really well though.
That's really cool. And then also with Polydrops, right? We've been delivering some panels to Polydrops, so we have a customer.
Yeah, so with our kind of solar side of things, we've started delivering to customers for Polydrops. So they're putting it on their trailers, getting a lot of extra power on kind of their EV-centric trailer. We've got some other customers we're talking to as well. So hopefully we'll have some more exciting advancements kind of on the solar side of the company. So yeah.
That's really cool. We'll be sure to update you when we got the full glass, but I mean, look how that looks perfect, doesn't it? Like, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. You can tell. And in the sun too, I spend all day looking at it in our clean room.
Yeah.
So it's always great to see it out in the sunshine, power. It looks, you think it looks good in the clean room, then you bring it out here and it looks amazing. So really seeing this be, a huge part of the A surface of the vehicle, a big part of like the signature look of the vehicle.
Right.
It's really exciting, really happy to see how it's turning out. So
yeah, really cool. So more glass solar coming soon, but yeah, kind of production intent solar is on this vehicle, and we're getting that last panel soon, right?
Yeah, so our roof is made with our production tooling roof glass. So is the dash panel as well. The hood and hatch still, we're waiting for some more parts off the more mature tools, the more tuned tools, but this is a fully production process. We're working with really good suppliers on that end. We've done a ton of glass for a ton of different companies, very credible companies.
That's awesome. I was curious about the generation of solar cells too. Are we expecting to maybe increase from the Gen 3s at some point?
Yeah, so we're looking at switching from the Gen 3s to a higher efficiency Gen 7 cells. So it's basically a drop-in replacement for these solar cells. I don't want to say how much more it's going to be right now because we want to do some more testing to see exactly how it works. But so
that's really cool.
More power out of these panels.
So there's a lot going on.
A lot going
Reed's
on.
Killing it. Reed and team are killing it. So thank you, Reed.
Yep. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Of course. All right. Who's next on the list? Juan, how's it going?
How's it going? Oh, good.
I think people haven't met you before. What do you do at Aptera?
They haven't. Okay, well, my name is Juan Sugic. I'm part of the electrical team. I'm in charge of all the wire harnessing on the vehicle, basically.
Yeah.
Or as they call it as well, all the electrical distributions on it.
Really cool. So what, that must have been a lot of work because this is nearly every component, right? Like it's insane for the wire harness. Tell me about the wire harness on this vehicle.
Yeah, well, I can tell you there's a bunch of circuits on it. We put a lot of effort on it, and the whole team, and actually we were able to deliver a very efficient and accurate product for the wire harness. It's well distributed all around the vehicle. It worked and it fit very well as we planned. Well, it took us a lot of planning to get into that, but as you can see, I mean, actually you cannot see it, but all the cables are well distributed inside the vehicle, so that means that we did a good job.
Yeah. That's awesome. So this is representative of what's in CAD basically, right?
Yeah. Actually what we have on CAD right now, it's basically on the vehicle talking about wiring. So yeah.
That's so cool.
It is.
And how are the connectors? You told me something about like the connectors are all sealed and things like that?
We pay attention to every detail when we were planning and making the harness. We had to pay attention, right? So I'm able to tell you that it's a pretty reliable product, and I feel pretty confident about it, and I'm very proud to. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. So yeah, everything is connected to everything else thanks to you. So thank you so much. Amazing. I hope you guys like this format. I invented this format for today just to kind of let people talk about their work. How's it going?
I'm Shrikant and I'm working on body enclosures mechanism and chassis of this vehicle. Most of this vehicle you can see here is a validation safe vehicle that is we are making right now.
Right.
So we committed in the CES that we are giving you the road safe vehicle and compliance vehicle, that is the auto cycle compliance, and this is the product which is going to validate and all that thing. So you can see here the most of the bink and all that thing what we show you in CES is the ready at that time, tooling ready,
Right.
and the chassis components are also ready with the validation prototypes and all that thing. But we are now ready with this vehicle to make it more road safe, and that's I say that's our commitment in CES, that we are saying we are delivering compliance road safe vehicle.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, yeah, let's just look at some of the, the closures, the way the
Yeah.
doors fit together. I mean, everything's very legit, right? So,
So most of the things are like that. We are having some comments from our fan club and all that thing, and customer they're saying the lever over there is need to be moved, that the safety levers, and we removed the
Oh, yeah, look.
repositioned that here. We had
Safety
a pretty
lever
much
moved.
good logo on it. It's like Aptera logo, so that people can see it
Yeah.
very well, that this is for safety and all that thing. Yeah,
Right, so
pretty
you're-
much good.
you're responsible for
For
how the body, so the closures, how
and
everything
chassis
closes and fits.
components.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
Everyone fit and finish like what we need
Yeah.
in the production, and pretty much good ready for production.
You're a mastermind. You do a lot. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Well, close the door just so people can hear. I mean, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Sounds like a normal car. Incredible.
and we can remove it like.
Right, so there's a emergency release right here. So if a first responder ever needed to get in the vehicle, they can break the glass and just pop it right here. Really easy for first responders. That's a new kind of improvement since CES that we've been making. Just small little improvements during validation. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all your work.
Thank you.
We
for
really
all the fan
appreciate it.
clubs and all the people who is supporting Aptera. Thank you, thank you. Without you, it is not possible.
Yes, thank you guys. That's amazing. Alrighty. Hello, introduce yourself. Good to see you.
Hi everyone, I'm Shashidhar Chaklabi. I'm responsible for interior and exterior on the vehicle. So
Another mastermind.
maybe. So as part of our commitment to enhance user comfort and functionality, we have implemented some modifications on the vehicle.
Yeah,
And,
do-
these.
Wanna check 'em out?
Yeah, we can check that.
Are they all inside?
Yeah, they are all.
Okay, I'll pop in too.
These modifications are basically aimed at optimizing the space utilization.
Right.
And so the first one is console. So you
Oh, look at that.
You can see the console bin area, storage area. We have used the space here for that.
That's
And,
great. So you have some more enclosed storage now.
yeah. So earlier we didn't have before we went for the CES. So currently we have modified for this, and there is a modification on mobile holder for the larger devices.
Right. So my iPhone 16 Pro
Yeah,
Max will fit
yeah.
there, no problem.
Yeah, your iPhone will pretty much fit there.
Yeah.
And we had a footrest modified for the taller guy to fit easily.
Great.
So we have modified that. Maybe Shrikant might have told you guys that we have moved the emergency switch at the back.
Right.
So because it was hitting when the person is coming in and out of the vehicle. And we have also adjusted the seat adjustment by 1 inch rearwards so that the taller guys have more comfort in the vehicle. And for the footrest on the passenger side also we have made modifications. And you can see the center air vents are working.
Right.
So we have these
Turn up,
workings.
Yeah, turn up the fan.
So you can hear the fan voice.
Yeah.
So we have the adjustment.
Right.
So these are all in development. So currently we have everything in development, but still we have the working model here right now. And
Super cool.
yeah, that's all I have for you.
Well, you did a great job. Yeah, I mean, we can look at the footrest for a second. I mean, there's definitely, more room, I'd say, in both of them. They're
Yes.
both kind of redesigned to have more leg room underneath as well. So, small little improvements is what validation's all
Yes.
about. So we're happy that
And-
with the CES people to be able to learn some things, right?
Yeah. So we have the hazardous light also working currently. So you
Right.
can see the blink here. And there are map lights.
Yep. Dome lights in there.
1, 2. and also you can see there are ambience light at the bottom.
Right, so
you can
easier to
see
see it at night, but you can see it coming off your hand. So I mean, this
Yeah.
has all the lighting for the interior, right?
So speakers are connected here. Everything is ready for the usage.
Right,
and
so-
you can see there is ambience light here as well.
Yep.
On the driver's side.
Yep. So this is a mid speaker, and then this is a tweeter. How does that work?
Yeah, this is a tweeter.
Right, tweeter,
This is
mid.
mid speakers.
And then you got the
side.
bass out back.
And, we have a subwoofer 8-inch at the back.
Yeah.
And we do have a trunk light there.
Yeah.
So maybe you can show.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Yeah, here we go in the back. So we
So
got
you
the,
have a trunk light here, and
Right.
also a 12 volt for any accessories use.
right. That's great because I can imagine you're camping. You want to power some string lights or your phone out the back, or mini things like that, and now you can with this vehicle. So pretty awesome.
So we have also finished. We have also made some improvement on the finish of the door panels,
Right. Yeah, they look way nicer. Look at that.
and also on the dash you can see some finish. Maybe you can show it from that side. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely made some really nice improvements. So when people come see this vehicle in person later, they'll be able to kind of feel the difference on a lot of these components. So really good job.
All
You're a
right, guys.
master. Thank you. Good to see you.
Bye.
Here's Adam, our videographer. How are you?
Good. Looks awesome.
Yeah. You've been here more than anybody, I think. Like on marketing. You're
don't
like
know.
pre Aptera's launching, you were here. That's
Maybe.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's a cameo of Adam. How's it going, Kiva?
Hello, everyone. Hey, Chris.
Hey, so you also are there's a lot of masterminds here. I feel like you do a lot of
Yeah.
things. What are some of the systems you're responsible for?
So I work on the thermal system, lighting, and vision.
It's a lot.
Yeah, a couple.
Which do you want to talk about first?
Maybe thermal.
Cool. Let's talk about thermal. I'll flip around. So you lead.
I guess just basically the biggest updates on this vehicle are that we have the full thermal system in the vehicle for the first time. So we have all the coolant loops, we have the refrigerant and the AC loop working, which is very exciting. That also interfaces with the battery, so we have full battery cooling in this vehicle. And so we're going to be doing a lot more testing here, make sure everything works as intended. And so yeah, it's very exciting.
Right. I always say this is like the perfect test bed vehicle, the perfect validation vehicle, because it has so many systems that we get to validate in the real world, doing real world driving on it. I mean, that's everything you'd want out of a validation vehicle. So
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
nice to have all these systems, kind of working together. So that's really cool. That's a big deal. People ask about the scoop a lot. Is that something that's still in validation we're working on, like how big that needs to be or where it needs to be?
So we have that somewhat tuned right now. We're doing more testing with it. There are other ideas of what we can do after the scoop potentially, but that's currently what we have designed.
Cool.
And so far it's been working really well, so more testing will tell.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, what's next? We can talk about the lighting, I guess. We can see it right here, right?
So we have production intent lighting on this vehicle, which is very exciting. All of these lights have been delivered by our lighting vendors that we worked on designing these lights with. So that's pretty exciting. They all work well and as intended. So
Yeah, it's really nice. Like you can just drive at night, no problem, and high beams, low beams. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
The coolest thing about this vehicle to me is it just is an Aptera that I could drive and enjoy and experience what it's like having a solar vehicle. Like this is it, I can have my day-to-day life in this vehicle, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. Not that that's what we're going to use it for all the time, but that's pretty cool. And then one more thing, right? The vision system.
last thing was
I'll pop in the passenger seat if you want to pop in the driver's seat. Yeah, the vision system really looks great in person. I guess you can't see much because the hatch is open, but
Yeah. Basically we have the left and right.
Yeah, let me close the door so you can see it.
Yeah, side view displays right there.
Yep.
So those basically eliminate your blind spot, which is great.
So cool.
And what's really cool is you don't have to look far to your left and right when you're making a turn or merging. You can just look in front of you, and it works really well. So that, and then you have your rear view display up here. Just because there's no rear view windshield in the back of the vehicle, obviously it's covered in solar cells. So
Right.
and then we have the backup camera on the display, the main display.
That's so cool. Well, that's awesome. 4 cameras, you know, all on the vehicle, and it's just cool to see them. And also it's cool to be able to just adjust the brightness, so at nighttime, you know, if we needed to make the center display really dim or the side display really dim or whatever, it's all kind of custom tunable in the software. So we're making big strides on the software front too for all these systems, so it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for everything you do, Kiva.
For sure.
You rock. I forget who's next, but maybe they're not inside, I forget. We'll find out. Hope you all are enjoying this video and hearing from some of the people who made this vehicle a reality. JC, how are you?
What's up?
What's up? So, you're also a mastermind, I've learned. You're the knock-knock inventor.
Oh, no. No, I executed.
You executed the knock-knock.
I'm not an inventor. I'm just an engineer.
Well, tell me about kind of the low voltage systems and everything on this vehicle. I mean, it's a lot, right?
So this one's pretty cool versus Hermes, which is the one we've been driving around a ton, because Hermes has all the electronics that we need to have for like suspension and drivetrain, which I like to call the really nice but somewhat boring electronics. So this one has like the fun ones for like regular people. So like this is the one where we're focusing on very like UI, UX, even with like behaviors and buttons. So you've got like the little horn buttons, and you've got the windows, and you've got the lights that Shashi like showed you.
Yeah.
And then all of those, as you know, are controlled by our POUCs.
Right.
So that makes this one of the vehicles where we've put in every single POUC working together on the string. Every little ECU is all talking together.
Right. So yeah, point of use
quite
controllers, for those who don't know, it's like these tiny controllers that are localized to different components
there are
on the
zonal
vehicle.
controllers. So your actuators, your sensors, your valves, things like that have, you know, just little IOs, and each POUC in a region controls like a handful of things. So we'll have with B-pillar POUCs that are right behind the B-pillar panels.
Right.
And those control like the logo lights and the knock-knocks, everything kind of in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one in the rear gets all of the rear lights, the blinkers, the reverse light, the license plate light. And because of that, we can cut down on wiring. So the reverse light and the license plate light and the tail lights don't have to have all their power, ground, and signal wires running the entire length of the vehicle to the front controller. They just run to that nearby controller, and then that controller there kind of acts as a distribution point. And so it's a way to minimize harness complexity and weight. We talk about it a lot in all of the other streams and videos because that's
pretty
the
cool.
core of Aptera is limiting weight and stuff like that.
Yeah. Can you show us the windows going up and down, or I can do the screen, or you can do the screen? It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So on the main controls, you just kind of like swipe down
and swipe up. So you like swipe and hold. That's pretty neat. So all right, I'm going to show the window now while you're doing it.
It works, I promise.
Pretty cool. So that's a really good example of all the point of use controllers working together. That's awesome.
So,
and then even this is a custom board, right? Running
so
our
our
infotainment.
infotainment computer has our own ECU board behind it where we're doing all of that processing of hosting all the CAN signals. So we have, you know, the drivetrain controller and the main body controller saying, hey, the blinkers are on.
Right.
And then the infotainment computer gets that and it hosts the UI and it says, oh yeah, the blinkers are on. I'm going to show the driver that the blinkers are on.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's so. And then this is the screen from Tianma, who's our like production intent supplier for the screens. I mean, it's really leaps and bounds beyond CES. Very cool.
Yeah. So we have our screen, the POCs, and then of course the BMS has our other custom circuit boards. So we have like 3 different types of circuit boards in our battery system running underneath us right now. So
how many circuit boards are custom for like Aptera that we make?
So we have the Sacred 16, our 16 circuit board designs. So you got the knock-knock boards, all the POCs. This like roof console has a board right here with a button on it. That's the hazard button. Then you got the 3 kind of battery ones, and the DCU, and I'm sure I'm missing some. The fuse box board.
That's a ton. I mean, that's a ton.
It's
of
a lot of boards.
Yeah.
What we did, we commonized them. So, you know, most of the POCs we're trying to keep the same to keep the cost down, keep it effective. And the reason there's more rather than, you know, less bigger ones, I guess, is so that we can fit them in really tight spaces. So like instead of having a giant lump, like space is a super big deal here because we such an aero shape, there's not a lot of nooks and crannies to shove electronics, so our electronics have to be really like slim and streamlined and just kind of tucked in there.
Right.
So.
What's your favorite POUC? Do you have a favorite?
I like the fuse box one. I think that one's fun because it's got the little Aptera logo on the top and it's a ton of wires.
Yeah.
Or the rear one looks really cool. I have some pictures of it out because it's just like a bunch of little like legs coming off of it, and it really shows you that like 10 different things are controlled by this tiny little board.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's kind of cool.
That's so cool. And then I know Andrew's out on vacation, but in terms of software, I've asked you to fill in on just some of the software progress that's happened on this vehicle.
It's hand in hand. So for every Aptera circuit board, we have to have Aptera firmware and Aptera software. And so when I said like that they're all in here and they're all playing nicely, that's the part the software does.
Right. So
like
there's firmware on every single board that has to do
talk
that.
to each other.
Right.
So we have this entire stack of firmware and bootloaders to make it so that we can, if we need to update a POC, we don't have to take off the panel and get into it. We just do the, over the Ethernet update to everything else. And that's to prep for that production for if you buy an Aptera and like a year down the line, we've got an upgrade, we can just send it out over there. In-vehicle upgrades. That's like an essential part of EVs nowadays, being able to do remote updates and software changes. Keep everything there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so there's this whole background, like everything you don't see, even if it looks similar to Apollo from CES, like almost everything you can't see is just a billion times better and continually upgrading, and it provides that framework for us. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, the software is great. I mean, the UI is an easy to see piece of software.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's so cool to just see it playing nice with the vehicle and controlling the vehicle and everything for the first time. So that's really cool for people to see. I'm curious, is this for a validation vehicle to like remove contactors?
The stop. People aren't talking about this.
That won't be there on your Aptera.
No, this is still a validation vehicle,
exactly.
Which means, like I'm saying, we will put out the update on here.
Yep.
First time. And so just in case, I mean, there's always bugs in software and there's always stuff we're trying to get out before we put on other stuff, and the e-stop is just one of those safety measures that, you have an emergency stop just in case something goes wrong, so we can make sure that we don't cause any further damage to the vehicle and keep everything going. And that's pretty standard practice for a lot of engineering prototypes.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure you see it.
You want to keep yourself and all your coworkers continually working and continually going, and like everybody's safe and happy. So
wow,
that's unfortunately like you do have to make them obvious.
No, I get it.
That's part of it. So.
I get it. I mean, people can live with that.
There's a couple other things like the orange pull handles and the bright green handle in the back.
Yeah,
like, some things are designed to be seen.
Right. Well, that's awesome, JC. You're doing great work. The team's doing great work, and thank you so much for everything. Bye, JC. That's awesome. All right, we got a new face here. What's your name?
Hello, everybody. I'm Ken.
Ken, you want to go in the vehicle? I don't think you've even been in it.
I don't think I have never been in it.
Let me close the trunk as well, so we can really be in it.
Welcome back to the spaceship, guys.
Let's close her up. Just close the door. Nice. So this is Ken, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I feel like I need to. It's tough. I can't really get us both in frame. It's okay.
No, that's totally fine.
So Ken's a new member on the marketing team. What are you working on, Ken?
I am working on something really fun. We are working on a California road trip, aka Aptera Solar Road Trip, and it's coming by pretty soon. That's and
awesome.
Shall we say the stops?
You can say the stops.
I've been dying to.
Say the stops.
Okay, everybody. These are going to be the 5 cities we're going to be dropping by. Huntington Beach.
Yep.
We're going to be dropping by Hollywood.
Yep.
Santa Barbara, Palo Alto, and Fresno.
Whoa.
Yep. So a lot of stops. Guys, this is going to be our chance, all of our chances, to see this beautiful validation vehicle, Artemis, live. So please, come through if you're nearby the area.
Awesome. Thanks, Ken. So he's helping plan, reaching out to restaurants and shit like that.
Yep.
So it's awesome. Oops, I swore. All right, let's pop out the vehicle. That's awesome. Well, Ken was the last person I had on the list today. Oops, facing the wrong way. There you go. You can hold it. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Adam. This is why we have a videographer. All right. Well, this is Artemis, the amazing Aptera production intent validation vehicle. And yeah, we're just really proud of it. Really proud to see all the progress we've made on it. Thank you, Aptera fans, for all your continued support. And we hope you enjoyed the stream today. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. A very, very cool milestone for all of us. So you'll see this vehicle a lot more. We'll show you all the features on separate videos. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the coolest summer of all time. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. Alrighty. I'll take this back and everyone can wave goodbye. Bye, everybody.